Hello, everybody. Good evening. Good to be back at the Jive Hive, guys. This is awesome. I love being here. It's my 4th time here, and you guys run a tight ship here, and it's always a lot of fun. So can you guys make some noise for the Jive Hive for having us here tonight? Yeah, it's one of my favorite venues I've played at in the area, and definitely worth the follow. Check out more of the live streams, but I'm happy to be here tonight with some fantastic musicians. Can you guys make some noise for Devin Tetlak on the keyboards, Luke Pascarella on the guitar, and maybe vocals later, Jaden Mignot on the guitar, and maybe vocals later, and Aaron Shields on the drums. So some very talented fellows I get to play with, and we'll have some other friends playing for you later, some great comedians. So thank you guys so much for joining us, and we're going to keep it going now with an original tune of mine and see where we can take it with some improvisation, I guess. I don't know. and gentlemen, Luke Pascarella on the guitar. All right, Jaden, it's your turn.
Check. The check checker, the check checker, the microphone check checker, the microphone check checker, the 1, 2 to the 3 to the 4. I open up my mind like the second corridor. It's the eye to the mind, you know that is just brilliant like the good upon the cap. It's jammed, it's the master, you know that is which raps. I be sharper than Damascus steals 14 with the cap. Like C14, I keep shit clean. Like C4 doors, I open up like butterflies. Can't you see that? I'm like slanted like the Chevrolet sign. You know that I'm about to go up on the wayside. So here, I'm from the east side, rep it. You know how I step this, broad lines, I rep this. Like Rob Thick, I keep my bitches thicker. Mine, cause I know I drink like purest liquor. I'm about to go find a man, I read it off like scripture. Spit swanton, bomb, salmon, I'm a crommin'. Cause you know I'm about to go and screw on like a grommet. But you know I'm still be salmon every time that I vomit. So every word vomit that I do spit, please do acquit. The jam master about to go read the script. This is just off the top of the dome. Shabbat shalom, I catch you at home at live job. You know that I keep it live like a 9-to-5 job. Know that I was cheap because I prayed to my job. And that's the way that it was, kid. About to go find them, leaving inside the biz. So let me just chill inside Coupe de Villes. The coupe that I got, you know that is so frill. Nah, kidding, I got the CRV though. Check it cause you know I got the H up on the badge. Straight cause you know that it's really going aftermath. Cause you know that it's just about to build like as a math. So here it is, I build like pyramids. Now people wanna go cause you know that I'm climbing shit. And that's the way that the word coming off the lips. Watch me as I do it cause you know I got the vocab to go equipped. To go equipped, two flows of flip. Cause you know I'm about to flip on the flows. Check like it was OVOs. I got more people smushed together like Oreos. So check though, I'm about to go respect though. I flip like tech decks and get respect though. So check bro, as I got to go, I stomping on your Goomba bros like it was Mario. Yo, I'm old like Nintendo. Got the new 16-bit going off on sick. I'm so sick, man, legit. People wanna go me like Vega. Got the slash on me like Vega. 16-bit, the black box like Sega. Know that I was just about to go like Vader. I'm the Darth Father. More that I was just like Darth Matter. Bitch rather, cause you know that I'm about to spit some smithereens. And people wanna go like they was Smithsonian Goldie. You know that I'm about to go with the flow, so I rock and roll, man. I be rocking like a skin tone. I'm two-tone, black and white, covalent, cause you know I'm about to go for feeling. You know that I'm about to find this, man. I'm cold for feeling. I'm on top rapping now.
Thank you, Tom. I don't know if it's the fog machine or what. I need a drink. Oh, no. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that brand. I bought some Korean soda for Devin later, but I bought the wrong Korean soda. Sorry, Devin. No, that stuff's hard to get a hold of. I don't know if they could hear that in the live stream. Tom said North Korean soda.
You got negative social points.
This next tune is a song by the great Herbie Hancock, everybody. 1 second. I was thinking about saying something now or later, but yeah, we just lost Quincy Jones today. I mean, what an influential guy. We might do one of his tunes later. It's just, check out his record, You've Got It Bad Girl. That's all I'll say. That's one of my favorite records of all time. And also I will say, a good friend of mine, one of my closest friends growing up, his mom passed away last night. So this show tonight is for Cecile. And again, thank you guys for being here with us tonight at the Jive Hive. This is always a good time here. And yeah, once again, this is a tune called Butterfly by Herbie Hancock, everybody. Thank you guys. Oh my God. Herbie Hancock, that's right. Oh, I wish. When do we get Herbie at the Jive Hive? Tag Herbie. All right, you guys go fucking relax and take a break. Let me get a little drink here real quick. All right. Luke forgot the yo-yo tonight. It's not part of the rig. He's got an endorsement coming though. Anyways, I guess I'll slip into the comedy portion of the night. But before I do, can you guys just make some noise for the Jive Hive again? Taking care of the live stream and the board. That stuff is so complicated. I'm glad I don't have to worry about any of that right now. Got enough on my plate, but I had a great week. I was happy prepping for this, and I had a fun Halloween seeing these guys play with the E-Block. Do you guys have a spooky Halloween? Did you guys do anything cool? I had a pretty spooky Halloween. I got a water test kit for my house. Figured out what was going on in my pipes. Turns out you can have pesticides in your drinking water, guys. I was just trying to test for lead because I have an old house. And it turns out they just have like 5 really depressing things that you can test for in your water. I wish they would include like 2 or 3 kind of fun things to test for in your tap water. You know, like, oh, I have traces of 4 Loko in my drinking water. Take the Brita off. No, not 4 Loko. Is that too dangerous? No, you guys. No, I had a very fun holiday. Not looking forward to the election tomorrow, guys. It's so hard to keep track of all the It is tomorrow. It's so hard to keep track of all the candidates up, down the ballot and all the different issues. I want to stay informed and everything, but I wish I could just let my smartest friend let me copy off their answers. You know what I mean, guys? I'm not the most informed fella. As you can see, I'm a musician and comedian. I don't have the best take on things. Yeah, I started doing comedy on top of music because I thought I could file for unemployment twice. I thought I'd have 2 jobs. Turns out I still have 0 jobs. And, I don't want my parents to worry about my financial situation, so I just tell them I'm a middle school teacher with an OnlyFans. Much more stable career. It's tough because I'm a freelancer, and that, it sounds kind of romantic, but it's more like being in an open relationship with money. I'm kind of getting screwed on the deal, guys. But they're very still, I love doing both of these things together because they work well together, and they're very similar in a lot of ways. Like I'll play jazz gigs, and a lot of the jazz musicians at the clubs will call each other cats. Like I might get called a cat at the jazz club. It's very similar at the comedy shows because a lot of the comedians call me a pussy. Yeah, and I've been doing this for a real long time, guys. I know I'm a kind of funny-looking fella. I look like Ron Weasley dropped out of Hogwarts to sell weed or something. And yeah, I've been funny looking for a long time. I really used to be in punk rock, and I couldn't get any ladies back in high school, but I figured when I finally do get a lady, I'll at least be good at fingering, right? I'm a bass player. Turns out I should have gotten a jigsaw, because it's more like a puzzle down there. Most dudes get in there, they start poking around like they're picking the lock to their manhood or something. Not me, I'm a bass player. I just slap the woman while a guitarist fucks them. I'm sorry, guys. I got so many weird thoughts for these. I hope you guys dig it. People are too sensitive these days. I had one friend tell me the other day, he thinks the liberals are going too hard on men. He thinks you can't be masculine these days because you'll get accused of toxic masculinity. I had to tell him, listen, man, if you're so worried about your masculinity, stop telling me how you feel, right? We're dudes. You're just supposed to bottle it up until you yell at a barista or something, dude. I don't know. You get one like once a year on your birthday. You can freak out a little bit, but stop talking to me for now, okay? Some dudes are just pussies these days. One of my pussy male friends was telling me this guy's wife is making him get rid of his bagpipes, everybody. Makes you wonder, who wears the kilt in that relationship? You know what I mean? Yeah, but, people are outraged these days. There's a lot going on. You guys hear Mr. Potato Head is getting canceled for a 2nd time? Yeah, you guys didn't hear about this? Yeah, twice baked. Yeah, he, this time the conservatives are more mad. It's a little controversial, but I get where they're coming from. You got Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. They have interchangeable parts. Kids are playing with them. Call me old-fashioned, but I don't think toys should promote a husband putting his hands on his wife. Because, the arms pop off. Is this the camera I should be playing to? I don't know. No, he didn't really get canceled for a 2nd time. But this is real. Did you guys hear Tinkerbell got canceled this summer? No. She got removed from a Disney World show that she was normally a part of because of something in her backstory. And this article came out and people were complaining oh, cancel culture's gone too far. But then it turned out the original article was fake. She wasn't actually canceled. So who's the real pussies? Cancel culture people or the people keeping up on Tinkerbell news? I don't follow that stuff so closely myself. I think Tinkerbell should have gotten canceled years ago, back when she flew all those kids out to that island. Yeah, no. So Tinkerbell didn't actually get canceled. Mr. Potato Head only got canceled once. He's doing all right, though. I think he's okay. Yeah, did you guys hear about that new video that ISIS just dropped? What's funny about that? Yeah, it was crazy. I would have never expected an international terrorist organization to support a gay pride parade. I'm kidding, guys. Another fake video. I'm just joking about the gays. I love the whole LGBTQ community, except for the lesbians. Don't like the lesbians. Strap-ons, that's like blackface for my penis. Knock it off, ladies. No, guys, I love the whole LGBTQ community. In fact, I think gender and sexuality are a spectrum. So am I just identifying as a straight man, out of respect at this point? I'm at least 2% gay. If you can't admit you're at least 1% gay these days, you're kind of boring. Get with the times, fellas. Come on, guys. I asked a guy at a show once what percent he thought he was. He said he wasn't sure. That's definitely higher than 2%, right? I'm solidly 2% guy. I don't know, maybe I just haven't met the right Vietnamese prostitute yet. It's tough to find a good male prostitute in Vietnam. He says he's hung, you think you've hit the jackpot. Turns out that's just his name. Fool me once. But yeah, guys, like I said, I'm a musician, and a lot of people, when they die, they like to donate their body to science or something. But I'm a bass player. I'd love to donate my body to the arts. Like a death metal music video, or a ventriloquist who will actually take care of me. I don't know. I just want my body to have something to look forward to after I die. Because necrophiliac women are so picky these days, guys. They won't even hook up with a guy unless he's at least 6 feet under. All right, I think you've heard enough from me tonight, guys. I'm going to bring up your first other comic of the night. Can you guys make some noise now for the great Greg Kraft, everybody?
Hey, everybody. This is the most magical place I think I've ever done stand-up before. I feel like if I disappear behind the fog, I just get teleported to, like, I don't know, Never-Ending Story or Narnia, something like that. This is a very enchanting-looking place. I love this place. Is what I'm saying. Usually people start with jokes, not me. I don't usually do stand-up for a day job. I remember my day job, I work at a homeless shelter. It's very weird working at a place that if I got fired, I could just walk back in there like I'm supposed to be there. You know what I mean? Like I could just... What are they going to do? Like, Greg, we got to let you go. And I'm like, well, that's not up to you, Stacy. That's up to the job market. The only man in the building that got demoted to homelessness. I make it sound a lot more noble than what it actually is. Really, it's just checking emails. Checking emails, it's weird that checking emails, I've found out how far text culture has advanced. Like, I grew up at a time that if you used an emoji for any reason, you were considered unprofessional. And I opened an email from my boss this year that was like, Greg, you're going to have to come in for some mandatory overtime next week. Frowny face. And I was like, damn, well, what is the frowny face going to be used for next? Like, imagine you filed your taxes wrong and the IRS is just like, unfortunately, you forgot to carry the one when you filed these, so you got to go to jail. Frowny face. Imagine your family giving you some hard news. Over a text message, it's like, we didn't know how to tell you this, Jerry, but Jerry, you were adopted. We aren't your biological parents. Frowny face. Like... It was too hard. Like on this side, it was just like, we've gotten that text. This is too real. All right. We'll change the subject. We'll talk about my family dynamic. I got a weird relationship with my dad. Not bad, just weird. Whenever I'm on the phone with him, he always ends his phone conversations like this. He'll always be like, okay, okie doke, farewell, goodbye, take care. All right. Like, every time without fail, he always shotguns a whole bunch of goodbyes to me before I can respond. And one time he tried to be slick about it. He was like, Greg, did you know I was deployed overseas with the military? I'm like, no, Dad, I didn't know that. He's like, yep. That's how you have a half-Greek brother. Okay, okie doke, farewell, goodbye. He hung up the phone. I was like, Dad, like maybe I should know a little bit more about this Greek brother. What's his name? He's like, I don't know his name. I was like, so I'm never gonna meet this person ever because you probably don't know his name. He's like, yeah. Frowny face. Which is wild because like he's actually a very well decorated and respected Army veteran, but I don't hear any of those stories. I hear about his sexcapades. Like one time, I try to ask him stuff. I'm like, "Hey, Dad, you were deployed overseas during the Iranian hostage crisis in 1979. I mean, that must have been crazy. Do you remember 1979?" He's like, "How could I forget Cynthia?" In fact, he's told me so little about his time in the Army. I just make up stuff nowadays. Like, his unit to me is now called NWA. That's black people with arms. Like, that's, it's not really black. You know, like, we got it. Anyways. You know, it's weird being a black dude in America because it always feels like you're subject to people's prejudices. Like, I'm walking around in the world and people assume the worst things about me before they even get to know me as a person. Like, I don't know if any of you white devils know what I'm talking about, but like, like when I went to school, I was getting close to this white classmate of mine. He was like, "You know, Greg, when I first met you, I was scared shitless of you. I had never gone to school with a black person before. I was convinced you were going to beat me up." I didn't know how to handle information like that. I told my other black friends, they were like, "Oh, that's terrible." So we jumped him and jacked his shoes. Because, you know, because he hurt our feelings, you guys. Like, it was very, we've all heard the saying, hurt people, and jack their shoes. Like, that's what we, I realize that I'm very, like, hard to place ethnically. Like, so I throw racist for a loop. I remember one time I got called Osama bin Laden. I told another friend about that. He was like, "Damn, man, that sucks. You aren't even Arabic." And I'm like, I don't think it would have been better if I was Arabic, though. Like, So here's the thing. I'm half black on my dad's side, half Cuban on my mom's side. I usually don't run into a situation where I have to sort out both in the moment, but I went to Stewart's and they had a chicken and waffle taquito. And that's just like a trap for me, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't... Listen, being biracial, you're only supposed to disappoint one side of your family at a time with your actions. Like, I feel like if I took a bite of that chicken and waffle taquito, I was gonna get teleported to a regressive commercial where my tagline is, delicioso, motherfucker. Like, I didn't... I don't know how to handle that. You know, just to go back to the last thing, you know, being scared of black people is a weird thing to me, because, like, I'm not scared of white people. Well, I'm scared of white people. Well, like, I'm scared of one specific kind of white person. It's not even the white person you would think it would be. I'm scared of the white dude that sells drugs, which... I know where I'm at. I know that's more than likely, like, I know I'm probably in the belly of the beast here. But, like, listen, here's why I assume some of y'all scare me. I buy my drugs from a black dude and he keeps it simple. He's just like, "You trying to get high?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Here." I'm like, "Thank you." And that's it. He doesn't try to upsell or anything. Like, a white dude upsells his drugs and it sounds wild to me. He's like, "Yo, you ever seen The Face of God before?" I'm like, no, I don't. No, what kind of weekend you're trying to sell me? I'm just trying to listen to Jimi Hendrix, like that. It's either that or they're trying to sell me some stuff that I definitely did not ask for. Like, "No, we're out of shrooms. We got plenty of meth, though." I'm like, all right, well, at least you keep it that way. We should... Still got plenty of my teeth. All right, that was too hard for this room. Still working on it a little bit, trying it out. I didn't really grow up with a lot of money. I didn't. It made it hard to grow up because when you don't have a lot of money when you're growing up, you don't really hear a lot of scary bedtime stories. Because when you're poor, life is scary. Like, why would you need to be scared? Like, you look kind of crazy when you're asking for a scary bedtime story. You're just like, Mama, tell me a scary bedtime story right now. She's like, here's some shit that's going to keep you up at night, Junior. I have no idea how we're making rent next month. You sleep tight on that. Click! That click was more for emphasis. We're behind on the light bill, too. So you just go ahead and blow out that candle, Junior. It's weird being superstitious and also poor. You know, like I can both see and feel the effects of poverty. I can't see and feel bad juju. Like, why do I think that has more pull on my life than poverty? You know, like I'm just saging my apartment. I'm just like, the vibes are off in here. I'm like, yeah, fucking Terry got stabbed downstairs. This is a bad neighborhood. You gotta save up and get out of here. Especially because now I'm having guests. Having house guests when you don't have a lot of money is just kind of wild because I don't know how to greet them. Just like, oh man, I gotta break out the good government cheese. You know the one that can't melt. It's hard for me to listen to rap music sometimes. Because don't get me wrong, I love rap music. I just don't like the rap music. It's talking about the money and the mansions and the cars and stuff. I wish rap was made in the 50s, like 1850 specifically. Like, how dope would it be you listen to some rappers bragging about stuff you just have around the house? You know what I mean? Like, you play that diss track, and it's just like, yeah, all my haters are just mad. They still got to get water from the well. You know what we sipping on? Sink water. DJ, spin that joint. I would imagine pulling up to someone's house on a horse and buggy because they disrespected your set. You know what I mean? Like that level of wild. Just a 3 days journey because little Benjamin III thought it was sweet out here. Getting older. I'm getting old. Getting older sucks. We're all getting older, but it just kind of sucks when it hits you. Like, because it hits you when you're not even ready for it. I don't know. I wasn't ready for my age to catch up with me. I don't know if anyone, you ever had heartburn so bad you write the first draft of your will? Has that ever happened to anyone in this? Like before that day, I didn't know you could go into a double baconator with too much confidence. Like I didn't know that was, like I thought I was just having lunch. I didn't know I was pissing in God's eye and he blinked. Like I didn't know. That's how you know you're getting older. You don't judge food by how it tastes. You judge it by everything else it's gonna do. You should see my Yelp reviews. This is a whole bunch of 1-star reviews. It's like the medium steak was rare. I didn't appreciate it how it made my shirt shrink 2 sizes around my chest. My roommate was like, well, Greg, you should just probably not eat so much like cheese and bread. And, you know, I took that to heart. So, like, I'm here now to tell you all that I am dedicated now to finding a new roommate. Because, you know, like, I know he's right, but fuck him for saying that. Like, that, I have pen and paper to write another will. You know what I don't have? The triple baconator. And we're going to see how that goes. I started seeing a therapist recently. Seeing a therapist was nice. I didn't realize they were going to tell me some truths about myself that I wasn't prepared for. Like I knew I needed to work on myself. I wasn't ready for the level of how much I needed to work on myself. My therapist looked at me and they were like, Greg, I need you to be very honest with me. Are you autistic? I was like, no. They're like, are you sure? And I'm like, no. Not at all, actually. Are you saying I am? They're like, well, I can't, but What I can tell you is that you can go to a different specialist that actually tests for autism in adults, and they'll tell you whether or not you're autistic. And even after the test, you might not be autistic. You could just be weird. Now I kind of hope I'm autistic a little bit. That seems better. Doesn't think who has a child? Who has a son? Anyone have a son? Anyone? You have a son? What's your son's name? Tom? All right. I'm going to give you a hypothetical scenario with Tom. It's a parent-teacher conference. Which would you rather hear? Option 1, thanks for coming to see me about Tom. Now, I bring you over here because I worry that Tom might be autistic. And I don't mean that in a rude way. I see that they're trying their best. It's just that I see they're also lagging behind, and I want to make sure that Tom's getting all the tools available for them to succeed. That's the first option. Here's the second option. Thanks for coming to see me about Tom. I'm going to cut right to the chase. Tom's been staring at a lot of toes. And you know what? It's weird. It's wildly uncomfortable for everybody. Tom has to sit in the back to not disrupt the rest of the class. One sounds a lot better than the other, is all I'm saying. Anyways, that's all my time. I appreciate y'all very much.
One more time for Greg Kreft, everybody. All right, and keep it going for your next comic coming up, Juan Pantaleon.
One more time for Brad Monkell, guys. Clapping it for Brad. Come on, come on, come on. Nice. Clap it up for the Jive Hive for having us out here, people. Clap it up for them. Thank you for live streaming this. I'm going to be honest, I pulled up. Brad gave me the address. I had to ask for the address. And he was like, don't advertise it. And I was like, that's red flag number 1. And then I pulled up, and I was like, is this a neighborhood? And that was red flag number 2. And he was like, I called him. He's like, come down the big, scary driveway to this house that's clearly haunted in the back. And then I come in here, and I would like to join your cult. Thank you for having me. Hell yeah, fuck yeah. Jive Hive cult. Drink the punch. Fuck yeah. Oh, man. Did you guys have a good thing? Have a Thanksgiving? Not even there yet. What the fuck? My fat ass just thinking about food. You guys have a good Halloween? Did we have a good Halloween? Yeah, good. Hell yeah. See any crazy costumes? I saw one myself. The craziest costume I saw was a slutty pope. Yeah, so I was with this lady on the sidewalk, or I was standing next to her, and she saw her before I did, and she said, is this bitch the Pope? And I looked, and I saw her, I said, yes, ma'am, I think this bitch is the Pope. And so, like, picture the Pope, right? You picture the Pope, but a slut. Right? Like, she was, like, had, like, the crop top and everything. Like, if she did the sign of the cross, like, the sign of the cross is like Father, Son, Holy Spirit, but her sign of the cross is like Father, Son, Holy Spirit. You know what I mean? All right, cool. All right, that was worth it. That was worth it. All right, fuck yeah. One of the coolest jobs I ever had, I worked at a haunted hayride one year. I got the job as the evil clown. That was fun. We just pretty much just drank and smoked K2 in the woods. It was 2011. Don't fucking judge me, okay? But one night, the werewolf started talking shit, right? So I, as a fellow creature of the night, could not let that stand. So I squared up with him. And me and this kid started fighting, and my cousin, he worked at the ride, so he jumped in to get my back from another kid who jumped in, and then another kid jumped in, and then the hayride came by. Yeah. And all they saw was the evil clown fighting the werewolf, while Frankenstein had the mummy in a headlock, and the vampire was drop-kicking a zombie. And they were like, this is scary, but not the scary that we paid for. So they're more just concerned more than anything. All right, good. So we got a lot of different people in here. So before we go on, I want to take a quick gauge of the crowd, make sure we're all on the same page. Use a lot of different language. So I want you guys to know that when I say the word dude, it is a gender-neutral term, okay? All right, so if I'm ever like, hey, what's up, dude? Like, don't get offended. It's gender neutral, okay? Another word I use is like the word guys. When I come out here, I'm like, how you guys doing tonight? It's gender neutral. I'm talking to everybody, okay? Cool. So I was having sex with this dude the other day. Actually, there's a group of these guys were really doing a number on me, and no? Okay. Just trying to see where we're all ethically in here. My girlfriend doesn't like that joke. She likes it fine when I do it up here. She doesn't like it when we're making out, and I'm like, oh, dude. She's like, stop. I'm like, what's wrong, my guy? She doesn't appreciate that. It's important to communicate your kinks with your partner, right? But it's also important for your partner to execute those kinks properly. All right, they mess something up, you never want to do it again, makes things weird. There's a lot of different kinks out there, a lot of different ways to mess them up. For example, some girls like to be like slapped during sex, right? That's cool. But I'm too immature for that. Do you have any idea how hard it is for me to open hand slap a woman and not yell, hi, ya? Can't do it. She's like, slap me. I'm like, hi, ya. Practice your kung fu on me. I'm like, I'm sorry, sensei. I apologize. You gotta be careful with relationships. Some things you can do in one-night stands you can't do in relationships. It gets too personal. My ex looked at me one time. She said, ooh, I want you to scold me. I want you to degrade me. And I was like, I got this. Look, your spending habits are really getting out of control, all right? And you are bringing us down. I'm gonna need you to reel it in. Oh, man, I don't know. Some people like the idea of spontaneity. My ex liked to hook up in public. That was cool. One time we hooked up in a public restroom. I got really into it. I picked her up and I pressed her up against the wall. But what I didn't know when I did that is I was also gonna have to hold her up the entire time. So I kind of just slowly but surely put her down on the ground. I'm like, I dropped her on the ground, guys, all right? And I just stood there awkwardly looking like Winnie the Pooh with my dick out. Like, while you're down there, if you want to know, I'm sorry, I'll lift you, I'm sorry. I apologize. Oh my God. Let it be known, before I go on, that if there's two things I can't stand in this world, that is racism and homophobia, guys. I don't like it, all right? Yeah. My brother heard me say that, so he got me a t-shirt that says, I heart black guys. I was like, well, I'm not gonna not wear it. It's a t-shirt, okay? But I'll probably only wear it around the house and to bed, which is gonna make things awkward between me and my roommate because he's a black guy. Yeah. And at first he's probably gonna be like, dude, I appreciate the sentiment, but like, do you have to wear only the shirt? I'm just there in my nightie like, ooh, I could use a cuddle buddy, Greg. Leave my door open, see what happens. Yeah, surprise, Greg is my roommate. The two autistic guys live together. I can't talk shit about people being homophobic. I can't. I did something extremely homophobic this past year, guys. I bought a Harry Potter wand. Yeah, I didn't know when I did that the creator of Harry Potter had been in the news for saying extremely transphobic and homophobic things. I had no idea. I got people out here, they're like, you're a homophobe. I'm like, no, I'm a Hufflepuff. But now I'm scared, confused. I have no idea what's going on. It's part of what makes me a Hufflepuff, guys. Yeah. I just think it's ironic that me buying a Harry Potter wand being the most homophobic thing I could possibly do, well, like 10 years ago, if I was excited to tell people about my Harry Potter wand, they'd be like, dude, that is the gayest thing you could possibly do. And what are you gonna do, cast a spell and turn yourself into a girl? You're queer flipendo. I'm like, you know the spells, that's weird. Okay. I'm a big soft nerd. I don't really pay attention to the news. I don't. I got people out here, they're like, did you hear about the war in Gaza? I'm like, did you hear that Jack Black is doing the soundtrack for Kung Fu Panda 4? That's pretty cool. It's true, I'm soft. I'm soft because I was raised by a single mom. Anybody else have single moms in here? Okay, cool. Stepdads are fun, right? Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll cry later. No, but I had a single mom. That being said, I was shaped differently as a man growing up. I was talking to my buddy about the movies that shaped us as men. And he was going on, and he was like, you know what taught me how to be a man? Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Yeah. Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones. Well, that's cool. You know what taught me how to be a man? Jennifer Lopez in Enough. Yeah, you know the 2002 smash hit where Jennifer Lopez is getting beat by her husband and then decides that she has had enough. So she runs away. She learns karate and kickboxing, and then she comes back and she just shoots them. Like, why didn't you just do that in the first place? It's confusing. I don't know. Oh my God. Gun violence is running rampant out there, people. It's not just Puerto Rican abuse victims or gang members anymore doing shootings now. The other day, I heard a white guy do a drive-by. I know that sounds confusing. I heard it, I swear. All right, I was on my couch. And look, I've lived in the hood my entire life. I've heard other drive-bys before, okay? Those sounded something like pop, 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 Sue-woo, Crip gang. This didn't sound like that. No, this is more like pop, pop, pop. Hey, fuck you, Ronald. I was like, Ronald, what the fuck? They're like, where's that 20 bucks you owe me, motherfucker? I know you stole my mom's cell phone. I'm like, that is definitely a white guy. That's a white guy, we're safe. Speaking of white guys shooting places up, you guys heard about Donald Trump getting shot? We've all heard about that, all right? Now look, think what you want, but here's what we know. We know that Secret Service knew that the sniper had a shot on this guy, and they said nothing. If there's anything you can relate to in this situation, guys, it is hating your boss. All I'm saying is that if that sniper had a shot on Bill, the district manager from Stewart's, I probably wouldn't have seen it. Like, he's got a shot. I'm like, nah, fuck you, Bill. Picture me about stocking that cooler one more time. Go fuck yourself, dude. No, thank you. Oh, man. When I wasn't growing up here in New York, I was living down in Phoenix with my dad. I used to stick out like a sore thumb down there growing up because all my cousins were a bunch of cholos. You guys know what cholos are? Like Mexican gangsters. All right, so picture a bunch of those dudes and one emo kid. Yeah. They're out there like, we'll kill you, vato. I'm like, I already want to die anyways. Good saw. Yeah. Like, damn, this fool's hard. He's scared of nothing. I couldn't sing my songs outside. They'd get confused. I'm out there like, where are you? They're like, we're over here, fool. It's embarrassing. I don't know. I don't fulfill a lot of Latino stereotypes. Like, I am Latino, but I also have an Insane Clown Posse tattoo, so I clearly identify as white trash. All right, people, all right, we'll smoke some meth and drink some Faygo after the show. Okay, a whoop whoop unto you. Okay, all right. Now, I don't fulfill a lot of Latino stereotypes. For example, I don't really speak Spanish. Look, if you have taken and failed a remedial Spanish class, then congratulations, you speak just as much Spanish as I do. All right? I can't tell you the difference between usted and ustedes, but do you know what a puta is? Yeah, it means nice lady. You use that one, all right, buddy? All right, good. I don't know. People usually assume, though, that, like, my first language is Spanish. I get it, right? My full government name is Juan Vidal Pantaleon. That is Mexican as fuck, bro. All right? That is right up there next to Juan Carlos Baralo Escarado III. I am not welcome at a Trump rally. That's all I'm saying, people, all right? I can't go there. They say mean things about me. We all know what they say. What do they say? All Mexicans are coming to this country illegally, they're spreading drugs into our community, and they're all drug dealers. I take great offense to that, especially since my dad is Mexican. He did come here illegally, and he's a drug dealer. So, yeah, all right. You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much. Give it one more time for Brad.
Keep it going for Juan, everybody. One more time for him. All right, guys, and your last comic for tonight. Very happy to have him on the show. He was actually the host of the first open mic I ever did. Can you guys make some noise now for Twan Wood?
Yeah, my bad, Brad. I think I ruined his life. Now I'm digging the vibe in here. This is good. We're having fun. You ever try to match somebody's vibe when you're talking to them? You ever do that, people? It's a trick to get people to like you more. Like, if I was going to match your guys' vibe right now, it's just like... That's just what you guys are doing. I don't know. I do it all the time, though. I was dating this girl for a while. I was dating this girl, and I was matching her vibe, and she broke up with me, which is weird, you know, because I was acting like her. The reason that she broke up with me, though, was matching her vibe. I wouldn't stop fucking other guys behind her back. That was the problem. Monkey see, monkey do. I was doing. Yeah, my ex cheated on me. Give it up for her. Come on, she'd give it up for you. All right. Yeah. Now, I do this. I do stand-up. I do comedy. I also have a job, though. Usually people are pretty impressed when I say that, you know, it's like I can balance doing stand-up and having a job. People are impressed, not you. Apparently, that's fine. I don't know. It's fine. People, when I tell them that, they're like, wow, man, you can really do it all. And it's usually while I'm moving their couch that they say that. I am a mover, and I'm just here to promote that. If anybody needs a mover, you can find me. We'll figure it out. I need the money. Stand-up doesn't pay at all. I'm pretty poor, but there's ways around being poor, you know? This is mine. I'm sure everybody here does it. Self-checkout, everybody? Give it up. Yeah. Never pay for anything again. It's good. This is my move at the self-checkout. There's an art to it. Everybody has their own way. This is what I do. What I do is I'll grab 2 items, you know, and then I don't scan either of them. I just put them in the bag, and then I leave. And it usually works. It's usually fine. But this one time, I was doing that, the 2-item, and then a message came up on the screen, and it said, employee code needed now. So that means I'm caught. But I had to play dumb, you know? So the ladies at the podium, I'm like, hey, the machine's broken. She comes over, types her code in, and then a video came up from above of me stealing. And we watched it together. The whole thing from start to finish, we watched it, and you'll never guess, at the end of it, she was just like, you're good. I haven't paid for anything since then. Highly recommend the Walmart on that one, the biggest one in the country. That's where it was. We're right down the street right now. Yeah. I had to go to a bodega, you know, bodega, the corner store. I was in the bodega the other day, and there's a cop in there. He wasn't doing a hate crime. He was just shopping. He was on the phone, though. The cop was on the phone with another cop, I think, because he answered. He's like, hello? What corner is he on? Okay. He's not wearing pants? Okay. So then I pulled up my pants and I got out of there. Didn't get to steal. That's a pretty new joke. Thanks for working, joke, not you. I don't know, nobody defunded the police yet, right? Unfortunately. Listen, I'm here to tell you guys that I have been defunding the police for years. My dad is a cop, and I have slowly been draining the bank account of one officer for 32 years. I'm a hero. Thank me for my service. Yeah, it's good. Some people bought a T-shirt. I crashed a car. Made it his problem, you know? I never respected that my dad was a cop, though. Like, I don't like cops. I don't know, like, I've never liked cops, but I'm a 32-year-old skateboarding comedian with no job. So it's mutual. At least we have that. All that we have is that we don't like each other. All right, it's scary right now, right? It's scary. Tomorrow is the election. It is terrifying that we're going to have this. And everybody, I think it's mostly white people. Mostly white people definitely have MAGA in their family. And it's horrible. It's because, like, who do I choose? My family or the rest of the world? I don't know who's more important in this situation, but I've been thinking about it, and sure, you could only vote MAGA maybe 3 times now. This is the 3rd time that they could vote MAGA, but it's kind of forever. You know, they made the choice, and it is forever. And someday, that person is going to die. Not because of that, just in general. That person is going to die, and they did a thing that's horrible. And somebody's going to have to speak at their eulogy. And as the public speaker in the family, I've been thinking it's probably going to be me. And I'm going to try to be respectful, but I don't think it's going to work out. Because what am I going to say about Aunt Grandma? You know, like I'm gonna go up. She's gonna be, we miss her so much, you know. Yeah, she spent a good 8 years there fighting against women's rights. She always judged people by the color of their skin. And worst of all, she hated dogs. I don't know. I don't know, but we miss her, you know. We do. It's so weird. I don't like my Aunt Grandma. it was just my grandma, regular grandma. We were at dinner and we got into a fight about politics. And I was like, this is racist what you're saying. She was like, listen, I might be racist, but listen, I don't mind the gays. I was like, okay, why? And she was like, well, you know, they're just born that way. And I'm like, oh, what? You know, people are born black too, right? And she was like, I don't know about that. Dementia's kicking in. She's a nice lady, though. She does my laundry, so that joke's going to get me in trouble. I don't have to go to the laundromat. I don't know. How about this? You ever notice that people that are pro-gun are usually anti-abortion? If you notice that, people that are pro-abortion are usually anti-gun. Yeah. It just depends on how you like your dead kids. Scrambled or poached. This is just the truth about the world right now, people. I don't know. It gets groans most of the time, but it'll get a laugh every now and then. I don't mind. I posted that joke online, and it went viral, so if you don't like it, then you're wrong, I think. But I'm not bragging about the fact that it went viral. What I'm bragging about is the fight that I started in the comments. That was some of my best work. Everybody was there. It was the right, the left, and even England for some reason. And they don't even have guns in England. But they were like, yeah, it's pretty fucked up over there, mate. That was my English accent. Did you like it? It's as deep as I'm going to go. But it's weird because I started this war on the internet, and the war was between people with guns and people with abortions. You know, it feels unfair because I don't think you're going to win if you bring a dead baby to a gunfight. You know, it's not a good weapon of choice, but it is pro-choice. Yeah. Listen, I think I have a solution for gun control in this country. It will never happen, but I think it would totally work. This is my plan. And I think instead of a background check to buy a gun, I think you should just have to do something gay. Might turn a lot of people away. You know, you walk into the gun shop, guy behind the counter is like, hey, actually, no paperwork today, but if you come in the back with Steve, he'll come in the back of you. And with this system, this is where it feels like a speech now. And with this system, we could turn mass shootings into ass shootings. Yes, you got to suck a cock to buy a Glock. Yeah. But honestly, I think that there are some closeted right-wing dudes that could come out with the system. You know, this could give them a happier and healthier life. And the right-wing gays, they bear back the blue. Yeah, that is gay sex with cops, if you don't get it. Bear back the blue. Yeah. I don't know. Let's move on from the political stuff. Thanks for being good sports, everybody. I don't smoke weed. I don't do drugs. I don't drink. I'm pretty sober. Listen, I'll smoke weed like every couple months to make sure I still don't like it. And I don't. But I have to preface the story with this. Otherwise, it makes people feel bad for me. So don't worry about it. This happened to me. I was at a show. I did a show in Jacksonville, Florida. Don't give it up. And I was in Jacksonville. I was hanging out before the show with another comedian. We're standing out front, and this guy comes up, and he's like, hey, big fan. You guys want some candy? And listen, I know looking the way that I do, I should know not to take candy from strangers. But I did. And we did. And we're eating the candy, and I only had one. My friend was just housing the bag, and the guy comes back and he's like, whoa, you guys better be careful. That stuff's potent. And I was like, with what, sugar? And no, it was weed. There was weed in the candy, and I don't do that. I don't mess around with any of it. So I don't know how long it takes for an edible to kick in, but in this case, it took exactly the amount of time between eating it and when I had to be on stage next. And I know what you're thinking, wow, this guy's so full of energy. What happened up there? It was this, but slower. Somehow I found a way to make it slower. It was crazy. But before the show, I'm sitting in the corner. I'm preparing myself. I'm getting higher by the minute. First comedian goes on stage, and this is a direct quote from him. This is his joke. This is the joke that he opens with. He walks up, and he goes, hey, all right, how's it going, everybody? Listen, I know I might look like a rapist, but I just bought a house. That was the whole joke. He looks like a rapist and he bought a house. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? And then the second comic goes on stage and he's like, hey, what's going on, everybody? I also just bought my first house. Didn't mention being a rapist, though. Suspicious. Very suspicious. The last guy set a standard, and we have to tell everybody now, I think. And then the third comic goes on stage, and it was a woman. She was very funny, but she was like, I also just bought my first house with money that I won in court from being sexually assaulted. Yeah, I didn't know you could do that, but listen. I was sitting in the corner like, what the fuck is going on in Jacksonville, Florida, that everybody's getting raped and buying houses? Because I just got drugged, you know, and I know what's going to happen. I'm going to wake up in the morning with a mortgage and a dick in my ass, if I'm lucky. All right, I'm going to call it. Hey, if you guys like me, give me a follow. It's at Twanage, Twonage on Venmo, please. Give it up for Brad.
One more time for Twan, everybody. And Quan and Greg. All right, guys, come on, get back up here. We're going to get the music going again. Bree, you want to sing one now? Oh, we're going to bring Brianna and Nicole up here to sing in just a sec with us, guys. Let's take our places here.
Bree's in the house. That's funny seeing you all.
Alec, correct me if I'm wrong, but I assume that's the better mic to use for singing? It doesn't matter? All right, you can use this mic if you want.
I see you driving around town with a boy I love, and I'm like, fuck you. I guess the change in my pocket wasn't enough. I'm like, fuck you and fuck her too. I said if I was richer, I'd still be with ya. Now ain't that some? Ain't that some shit? And all this pain in my face, I still wish you the best with the fuck you. Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't afford a Ferrari, but that don't mean I can't get you there. Yes, he's an Xbox, and I'm more Atari, but the way you play your game ain't fair. I pity the fool that falls in love with you. Oh, well, whoa, I got some news for you, yeah. Go run and tell your little boyfriend I see you driving around town with a boy I love, and I'm like, fuck you. I guess the change in my pocket wasn't enough. I'm
hurt me so bad. So bad, so bad. I tried to tell my mama, but she told me this is one for your dad. And I was like, why? Why? I said if I was richer, I'd still be with you. Knowing that's some shit. And all this hate in my best, I still wish you the best. But the fuck you. Thank you so much. That's the way it was. Happened so naturally. Did not know it was up. Next thing I felt was you holding me close. What was I gonna do? I let myself go. And now we're flying through the stars. I hope this night will last forever. I've been waiting for you. So long, I knew just what I would do when I heard your song. The next thing I felt was you holding me close. I knew just what I would do. I let myself go, and now we're flying through the stars. I hope this night will last forever. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ain't nobody loves me better. Makes me happy, makes me feel this way. Ain't nobody loves me better. I wait for nighttime to come to bring you to me. I can't believe I'm the one. I was so lonely. The next thing I felt was you. Oh, I must be dreaming. I want this dream to be real. I need this feeling. I make my wish upon a star and hope this night will last forever. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ain't nobody loves me better. Makes me happy, makes me feel this way. Ain't nobody loves me better. Makes me happy, loves me better. At first you put your arms around, and then you put your charms around me. I can't resist this sweet surrender. Oh, my nights are warm and tender. We stare into each other's eyes, and what we see is no surprise. Got the feeling most will treasure, and a love so deep we cannot measure. Nobody loves me better. I love it here. Thank you so much.
Brianna Nicola, everybody. I think I saw Tariq Shah come in. Tariq, you want to get up here and play something on the bass with these fellas? A little bit. Yeah, there you are. I couldn't see you. It's a little bit of a
It's too dark.
fog. Do you want to come up now? You can hang out more if you just got here.
Come on, Tariq. I have my bass in my. Let me go back to my.
Okay. Next song. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're gonna bring up Dan Folds in a little bit. All right, we're gonna do another one of our tunes right now. That was Earn by Childish Gambino, but not the way he does it. It's like a minute long when he does it, the recording. Tariq, if you're ready now, if you want to play something, we'll figure something out real quick. We talked a little bit before about some common material.
Common material?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know anything about common.
Tariq Shah, everybody. Make some noise for him.
Welcome to the Jive Hive, Tariq.
What's going on? Thank you. Thank you.
Thank God you got your bass. This is like Spinal Tap. You're gonna have two of them.
Hey, there's never too many bases.
I'm with you on that.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm totally with you. Whatever you guys want to play, unless you want to sing one. Oh, yeah. Sing one. I don't care.
I'm down for anything. Huh? I'm game.
What's up, man? I saw you over there at the door when I came, but then you had him so fast when I came in. How you been? Right, you're in the tuner penalty, man. I'm in the tune-up. You got any band-aids? Well, you know, in the case of Brad's board here, you know, you don't need to do no drugs to get a little buzz. We got some buzz out here. What's that number? They don't mind the buzz. I'm on the we play chameleon. I'm gonna play with the envelope.
All right.
You don't mind. Buzz, it's gonna be what it is, right? What's up, young man? No. What's your name, man? Devin. Yeah. Luke. All right. My guitar player, Luke too. Hey, you'll do easy. Devin, I'll have to get in my brain a few times. All right.
Shaw, everybody, and this whole fantastic band. But so glad Tariq came by. He's my big bro. He's my teacher, and he's done so much for me and so much for the music scene. So it's so good to have him here. So one more time for Tariq, everybody. Make some more noise. And in just a second, I'm going to bring up Daniel Folds to help close us out tonight. 1 second, everybody. All right, guys. Dan's going to close it out for me on the bass. I think this is going to be the final song of the night. Thank you so much again for listening, and thanks for the Jive Hive for having us here, and hope you guys enjoy.
This was a really quality Jive Hive. Give it up for Brad. My voice just cracked. The one thing I say. All right, Aaron, on you. Can't hide luck? You don't want to play on it? No? What do you want to play? We'll play anything. We can do Sleepwalk if you want to too. We can practice our hits again. I'll do that one, yeah. Let's do it. Or just Pocket. Yeah. Oh, I need my baritone. I'd be down to do Pocket. It's different. We don't really do it. It would be cool to do. It's literally just like two chords. It's just like an A flat. Like E flat.
I'll be coming back round in the car you left me with some pretty battle scars. Hey, better come and get me. If you want it all, I gotta leave you again. But I say, if you want it all, gotta leave you in the darkness. I'm sipping on something strong in the morning. I never, ever, 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 ever gonna stay away. I've got nothing in my pockets. You got something I've been waiting on. I've got nothing left for my friends. I'm just waiting for the train in the darkness, baby. My life is changing 40 days and that's a new beginnings. My hands are clean of all the crimes, they issue no forgiveness. If you're worried I'm the home alone, it's not your business. Cause I got bitches, all the pictures you would take them, you can take them with you. I got no normal use for them, I'm thinking bigger. Cause I'm not the same as I was, and everything changed in the rain when it does. I've got nothing in my pockets. You've got something I've been waiting on. I've got nothing left for my friends. I'm just waiting for my train in the darkness, baby. I've got nothing in my pockets. You've got something I've been waiting on. I've got nothing left for my friends. Just waiting for my train in the darkness, baby. Silver girl, can you take me through the hall? Hey, silver girl, hey, silver girl. Hey, silver Hey, silver girl. Thank you.
That was an original song by the E Block, which is Devin, Luke, Dan, and Aaron's band. So make sure you check out the E Block guys. One more time for all these fantastic musicians up here. Dan, Aaron, Jaden, Luke, and Devin. My name is Brad Monkell. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And I hope to be back again at the Jive Hive soon, because this place is awesome. Make sure you follow them, check them out, see what's up next. But have a good night, everybody.